On defense, I think the Pacers made some extremely questionable decisions. I'm going to discuss what those are, why I hope and think they'll change for Game 6. Let's go. And it essentially has to do with how Indiana is guarding Jalen Brunson. So here we can see Shepard's matchup with Brunson, and one of the big things is the Knicks always go into the ball screen. So if you're going to be on defense, you have to be able to work your way around it. And Nesmith does such a good job of getting above those so he can get a clear lane to be essentially stay with Jalen Brunson. Instead, because Shepard got caught on the screen, Indiana feels like they have to switch, and that puts Obi Toppin guarding Jalen Brunson, and then ultimately puts Miles Turner guarding Jalen Brunson, which is 100% not what you want. And Jalen Brunson looks to take advantage of it. And so if you have Nesmith in the game, you don't need to have this switch, and you don't give your post player on their best offensive scorer. Again, same concept where the Knicks are trying to get Jalen Brunson the ball. And then they're going to set a ball screen, as they love to do. As Bridges comes down, if you're going to make firm contact, the Pacers are going to switch. Maybe they're intentionally switching, I don't know. But him going over the screen indicates that they're probably not. There's probably like a late switch because there was contact made. So again, that puts Halliburton on Brunson. That's just not what you want if you're the Pacers on defense. I don't think that this is something they'll try and do in Game 6 or in Game 7. I want to highlight it wasn't just Shepard that was coming down with against Brunson. They also had Mathurin do it when neither Shepard nor Nesmith was in the game, even sometimes when Nesmith was in the game. And again, the Knicks are going to look to do the exact same thing. Try and get a switch if they can, give Brunson every advantage they can. As the ball is going to get moved around, we see a little flare screen. The idea is that contact right there. Again, I didn't see this happen much with Nesmith is the issue, and so Siakam feels like he has to stretch out because Brunson's been shooting the ball well, and Brunson just looks to attack, and he actually misses the shot, but him getting that shot is not something you want to give up. He's going to make that shot a lot. Same concept. We see Mathurin on Brunson, and what are the Knicks going to do? They're going to run some kind of screen to get Brunson free one way or the other. Because they're so worried about this switching right there, I think Halliburton was aggressively going to hedge, or maybe they were going to trap. I don't know. But either way, Brunson realizes what's going to happen, spins back the other way. Mathurin gets beat going downhill. Because Mathurin gets beat downhill means Walker is like, well, we can't give Jalen Brunson a layup, so I have to step up. He's going to come all the way over here in the paint, which leaves OG over there wide open. Brunson's going to find him. And again, they missed the shot. But this is a great look that happens simply because Brunson was able to get to the paint. So then finally I was like, okay, well maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Maybe the Nesmith on Brunson minutes I was looking at incorrectly, and Nesmith didn't do as good a job as I thought he was. And so I want to highlight the best defense for Indiana's perspective that they can do on Jalen Brunson is not letting him get the ball at all. You can see on that dribble handoff right there, he fought over to get the screen to make sure Jalen Brunson have a clear look, and the Knicks, frankly, offense is like faltering out, and Cat has to make a difficult pass towards the middle. It's a tough pass to make. And so Nesmith preventing Brunson from getting the ball in the first place there is a huge win for Indiana. And the main reason I think that Indiana will adjust back to this in Game 6 is because starting the second half, they had Nesmith on Brunson again. Again, we can see Nesmith being aggressive with Brunson all the way down, making him work, staying glued to him. This is such a hamper on the Knicks offense if Jalen Brunson isn't able to manipulate the offense, essentially. Okay, we're going to see this off-ball screen right here. Nesmith does such a good job trailing, making sure close contact with those other players we saw with Shepard and Mathurin. They would get caught on those screens right there. Nesmith does a good job staying in front, forces Brunson again to get rid of the ball, and that's what you want if you're a defender guarding Brunson. That's just what you want. Not only that, you have the wherewithal to come off and help and draw the charge on the drive there from Cat. Like, for me personally, I think Nesmith is a huge win having him on defense, and I certainly hope from the Indiana's perspective that they go back to it. If you're a New York fan, maybe you hope the other way, but I think Nesmith done a tremendous job playing defense, and maybe even if Brunson has a good quarter or something, I hope they stay confident, stay with him,